Hey guys, Thomas28 here, and today I'm starting jump cut. I'm starting a new series where I look at games that are in early access and aren't complete utter trash. And first off, no, that's not what I want to say. Firstly, the first episode of the series is gonna include a fun game that I enjoy playing, up to a certain point until it pisses. But it's called OxyGen Not Included, the agricultural update, because this game is in early alpha. And it's you can't see what my hand's doing, but it's good. Brought to you by the guys that created Don't Starve. It's one of the main reasons I felt comfortable buying this game, because as you may know, many early access games you pay for them, and then you wonder what happened to my money. I bought a game that said it was doing X, but I got a load of garbage. Oxford Not Included, not one of them, because I trust the developers, because they have a good track record, unlike many of those other companies where just come out of the woodwork and say we need some money to develop this great idea we have, but then it turns out it was a lie in the first place. Well, other than that, don't expect many episodes to come from the series, because these games are few and far in between. Take a look at the options menu. They have tons of stuff. Graphics. Look at these. You can... okay. Found, I think it's a bug, actually, where if you want to change the resolution, you have to click full screen first before it lets you. And I don't know why it's switched off. I want to keep it 16:9. You can change the UI scale as big as you'd like if you have a massive 4K monitor, or if you have a really small one. We're going to keep that back at 125. Audio. Master, you can change that like so. Gets really sad when it's quiet. Keep that back up to 60. You can start background music every morning if you want to check that box. Sound effects, music, ambience, UI. So you can tweak it because sometimes you don't want to hear all the noise of people building. Oh, excuse me. Music. The music is very nice to listen to or watching stuff go on. Ambience also good, so you can really mix and match what you like. Controls. Pretty much WASTA. You don't really need... If you're comfortable using the mouse and the WASTA keys, you don't really need to even manage the other things, because everything is clickable. As you can see, fully customizable options. You can reset it if you like. Root, tool keys, building, debugging mode, that kind of stuff. All customizable. Temperature units, so you can change what you like, Celsius, Kelvin, or Fahrenheit. I actually just use Celsius. I don't know why, probably because I'm too lazy to change it to Fahrenheit, even though it makes so much more sense, because I look at the temperatures, and I'm unsure what is hot. They'll be like, I'm too hot, and I look at the temp, and it says like 28 degrees Celsius, and I'm like, is that hot? I don't know what the Celsius, I don't know. I use Fahrenheit. Send metrics data, so you can send it, you can choose to send it if you want. Different languages. Great options. It is an early alpha, so it's fine. Credits to people. Bang. Mailing list form and patch notes, so you can always see what's going on. And let's jump right into a game that I've already done, just so you can see what a fully functioning colony looks like. Let's see, the game's not responding. That's never a good sign. There we go. I'm gonna pause. Oh, not pause. So as you can see, this is my fully functioning colony here. It's massive. I am home to 17 people, tons of stuff, tons of oxygen. You would love to live here. At least that's what it looks like. You can, as you can see, it's a colony builder, and they're all lived by these little duplicants here. They all run around. They all have different roles and stats and things that they want. Attributes, stats. Like this one, he's a binge eater. When he's stressed, he overeats, which is not good since you have to make food and oh, there we go. I have 95,000 kilocalories available. But since I have 17 people and they all need to eat, they eat about 17,000 a day, which means I'll only last for, say, another 5 cycles probably. And although this is a colony simulator, it's also very much a gas simulator. Because essentially what you're trying to do is, your people need to breathe oxygen. As they breathe in oxygen, they exert CO2. So you have to figure out ways to maintain good oxygen levels, while at the same time venting out dangerous carbon dioxide and other gases. Using this nifty button here, you can display ambient oxygen density. So as you see, light blue, high oxygen density, allows duplicants to breathe. Sufficient, allows duplicants to breathe. Low, allows, it's kind of difficult for them to breathe, but they can still breathe. Unbreathable, either there's a very low pressure or it's not present and it will suffocate them. So as you can see around here, it's very good. There's lots of air they can breathe with difficulty, but they're alive and that's what matters. And then there's these big red dead zones, such as that one. This is where a lot of hydrogen and dangerous carbon dioxide flow. Look at that, tons of chlorine gas. Ooh, look, oxygen. Tons of oxygen waiting to be breathed in, but you have to get to it. So this is the colony simulator. I have lots of places for them to go. It's very fun. To get up to this takes a very long time. Time played, this took about, it took 3.54 hours to get to this point. I have failed within 30 minutes. It is not as easy as it looks. And because this is filling with carbon dioxide, it's not good for my natural gas machine. Otherwise, this colony is doing great. Now if I go into play, and let's go into normal speed, you can see how they live their day-to-day lives. See, they're running around, they're doing stuff. This guy's cold, he's going to go take a shower. I have showers for them. They enjoy their life here. Yes, they do. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Now, there are many other aspects you also have to control as well. If you want to maintain their high standard of living, you also need to generate oxygen. I do so through these cold generators, but these also create a ton of carbon dioxide. So I have these air scrubbers. They pull carbon dioxide out of the air and turn it into polluted water, and that polluted water I take and I filter it through into good old clean water through this water purifier, which turns that water into clean water down here, which I take back up and I use to filter through the showers, which again gets filtered through the water purifier, which goes back down into clean water, which again goes up through liquid pipes into the showers and that dirty water into the water purifier, and it repeats the process up until all resources are used and we eventually die a horrible death. But as for now, things are going great. There are also other things. You can see the power grid components. As you see, this is how power flows throughout the system. As you can see, a lot of these wires are strained. That is not my fault. I am not good with electricity components. You can see the ambient temperatures. As you see, it's pretty nice. Warm in some areas, temperate most of all. You can see where areas are hot, where they get cold, that kind of stuff. As you can see, it's very cold up there and down there, but we all stay over there. You can see areas with comfortable temperatures for duplicants. You want more red areas than blue, because blue means they lose body heat, while red means they retain it. They want more red, they want to stay warm and alive. Visibility of light sources. As you can see, there's not a lot of light here. That is not my problem. They can do just fine in the dark. I do not strive for greatness, I strive for the bare minimum to keep them alive. You can see the liquid pipe system components, not a whole lot. As you can see, good water flows into all these areas. The dirty water flows to others. Not a whole lot to do here. Gas pipe. I have some gas pipes here. Not doing a whole lot. Mostly because my gas is okay. Decor values. If you want your people to be happier, you want higher decor levels, which is shown by green, and you don't want lots of red. But as I said before, I strive for the bare minimum to keep them alive, which means decor is not something I look forward to. And as I said, there are lots of problems that go on. While this has been going on, as you can see, lots of problems have been happening. A circuit overloaded, and it looks like we're consuming way more oxygen than we produce. And it's probably because all these algae terrariums are dying. Why are they dying? There's not enough algae. Why is there not enough algae? Because we don't have any more algae. Where do you get algae? It is a good question. See, you can mine these slime blocks here and get algae. Now once I do that, I can take that algae and filter it here into these distilleries, filter the slime into more algae. How does one do that? Well, you're going to hit this dig button here, and you're going to tell them to dig. So we need that slime. They're going to dig that. But oh, it's unreachable. Duplicants are 2 heights and can only reach 2 above them, so they cannot reach that. So you're going to want to build a ladder. You can put that there, like so. And I'm going to tell them to dig out that and that and that. We want to get that slime, don't we? Like so. I'm going to put another one here. Dig out that and that. Dig out those. That one as well, and that one. Yep. And now they go to build. They build automatically. You don't have to worry about that. You're going to tell them what to build out of. But they all have different... That's what I'm looking for. They all have different attributes to them, which means there's differences. Sandstone, decor plus 0.1, which is better than something without any. You can have them build out of all sorts of stuff. Like that. Abyssalite, overheat temperature 2000 degrees Celsius. Which means if you think, like, which is very good, because if you're moving in someplace that's hot, Abyssalite is a very good insulator. And as your colony gets bigger and bigger and bigger, you need more and more resources to keep it afloat, such as the lack of oxygen that's going on. And since I'm running out of algae, and the only place I can get algae is by farming the slime. As you can see, there's slime here, slime in that area. There's slime in this area. There's only a finite amount of slime, which means I have to keep digging. Because I found slime up here, a much larger vein, but I have to dig that slime. And I also have to transport it down to the biodistiller, all the way down here. Which means as time goes on, it's going to become harder and harder and harder to fulfill my colony's needs. Which means at some point we are all going to die. But it is the challenge that gets you there. Now at this point, I'm not really going to play much anymore. Just because this colony has pretty much everything you can build. I've maxed out research for everything. But trying to do that takes a long time. I got very lucky just with the item, with the random spawn. So don't think, oh, if James can do it in like, I mean, it only took me like 23 playthroughs. If I can do it in 23 playthroughs, I can take a shot at it and be great. You probably can. There's lots of inefficiencies here. There's probably ways to do this a lot better. But that's not my problem. So if you're looking for a fun colony simulator game that brings a new challenge, unlike many other ones where usually it's just, oh, there's things that are going to kill you and you need food. Because those ones, they stagnate. There's always ways that you can maximize the amount of food you get, or building tons of guns so you're fine against enemies. But trying to survive against the endless struggle of gas is a much harder challenge. So this is Hamas28 signing off. I'll see you guys next time.